Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Sunday Morning Drives. Today I'm going to share with you a very special vehicle. This is a Porsche 964 Generation 911 from the early 90s that has been converted into a RWB. This car was originally the Carrera 2 964, which is a rear-wheel drive car with a 3.6 liter Flex 6 engine sitting at the back. It is air-cooled and it has an automatic gearbox with 4 gears. I'm actually a big fan of the 964 generation Porsche 911, and I think in its standard form it already looks pretty amazing. Very elegant, but yet very special and very sports car-like. So I'm very fortunate and grateful today that I am able to do a quick review of this car with the owner. And I will share with you the outside of the car, the inside of the car, and also the owner will take me on a small drive and I'll share with you my feelings and how it rides and how it handles on the road. The owner of this car has installed a quick release steering wheel. This is a limited edition special RWB steering wheel. It's limited to 300 units globally in terms of its production, so it's quite special.
以后那种聚会可以叫我，花瓶聚会，就在那摆着。其实 Sony 很喜欢这个声音，看到这个。
Ooh, that sounds very good. Wow. Let's take a ride in the RWB. It's a very low car, and this is a 964, a standard 964 that's converted into the RWB. I believe the whole car, once everything is done, would cost around 300k New Zealand dollars. A very expensive modification. And there's a lot of options you can choose for the RWB as well. Let's hear. Sounds very good. It has a optional exhaust that comes with the car. It's an option that you can choose for the RWB. Wow, sounds really good. And the ride is actually better than I thought. There's not much suspension travel. It's not jarring at all. It's pretty okay on these kind of roads. Right now we are on a B road, sort of like a back road. It's not very even, but I think the ride is acceptable. Look at the rear haunch of the rear wheels. From the rear mirror, looks very wide, very menacing. This is a very nice stance, very nice looking car from the rear especially. So this comes with a automatic gearbox where you can change gear yourself. It's actually, the gear changing is quite smooth. It's not bad for an old car like this. And into the corners, it feels very flat because it's really wide. It's a very wide car. Seems like the handling is okay. It's very flat to the ground, so it sticks to the ground really well. Turning into corner, you don't feel any body roll at all because of the wide stance. Pretty amazing. And the interior space is actually quite generous. I have a lot of headroom and legroom as well. And the interior, there's quite a bit of creature comfort, lots of storage. We've got air conditioning, radio. Yeah, everything's pretty good. Yeah, I don't mind driving this car like for a longer road trip if the road condition is good enough. It's not as uncomfortable as I thought. Yeah, amazing to be able to ride in this RWB. Let's jump inside the car. I love the sound of these doors of the 964. Listen to that. Jump inside the 964 RWB. We have the 5-ring gauge cluster in front of me, the speedo and also the gears, the rev counter, the different gauges. This is for the rear spoiler. This car had a rear spoiler which is removed because of the RWB modification. There is actually a glove compartment here. It's quite a practical car, and I love these RWB bucket seats. They are really comfortable and very bolstery as well. And you sit so low to the ground. Just like the car, it's almost like you're hovering above the ground. And because of the low ride height, you get a lot of headroom as well when you're sitting inside. And these doors are so cute. This is the lock and unlock. There is a compartment here for your smaller belongings. This is to open the door, your door lever. You still have electric windows up and down. So this is actually a quite practical car if you want to drive this on a cruise journey or a long journey. At the back, we still got the 2 seats. Very cool. Also, something hidden here. This is the lever that you use to open and close the exhaust valve with. It's very hidden and actually feels quite flimsy. If you press it too hard, you might break it. But yeah, this is something very interesting with the RWB. Looking at the outside of the RWB, this car has been painted in a very nice metallic green color. Looks so stunning. And the stance is so wide because of the widened fenders. And in the front, we have the air blade on the sides and all these air intakes. They are all functional. They're all real. and we have a tow hook in the front. All these things are all optional. The air fin and also the tow hook, the rear spoiler, they're all optional for the RWB. You have to pay extra for them. So on the side, we have the Jenga sticker on the side. Look at how wide the rear tires are. Pretty amazing. And the workmanship is actually better than I thought. All these rivets, fit and finish, fitment, they're all pretty good actually. And with the golden rim, the whole thing looks very elegant. At the rear, we have the very wide haunch, widened fenders. These tires are huge. The size of them are 335 wide. Very wide tires. And in the front, the tire sizes are 265 tires in the front. So very wide stance. I think from the rear, this car looks just so mean. And compared to my 992 GT3, this car definitely looks much wider and much more aggressive. And at the rear, we have a large spoiler with the whale tail and a RWB logo that is hollow. I believe this is also an option you can choose when you build the car with RWB. At the rear, we have the Porsche logo with the rear signal lights. And these exhausts, they are also optional. It's an option you can choose. There's a switch inside. You can actually turn on and off the valve and make it sound quiet or loud. This car is really loud when you rev it up. We have a couple of air outlets. They are functional on either side. It's a very perforated rear bodywork. You can almost see the engine from these air vents and intakes. There's no suspension travel at all, basically. I can't even fit my finger inside this gap. So the owner tells me that when you are turning into corners or doing like a hard turn, this wheel might scratch the front wheel arch. So he has to be really careful when he's turning, not to turn too much, has to be quite gentle. At the rear as well, look at how close the rear tire is with the fender. There's no gap at all. I can't even fit my finger inside. So the stance is really low and looks so amazing. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video of my quick review of the 964 RWB conversion. And please subscribe and hit that like button if you like this video. And hope to see you in our next video.